welcome to another episode of the Farr Show, where I'm Damien Farr, and tonight we're talking about the Nolanverse. And I know what you're thinking, Damien, what the hell is the Nolanverse? Well, we're going to talk about it. So, the Nolanverse, in my opinion, is just the idea that every Christopher Nolan movie takes place in the same universe. And there's ways to link some of them together, I'm not going to lie. Not all of them really fit, but I'm going to shoehorn them in, because I like to think they're all one universe. So, we're going to talk about them. We're going to put the films here first. We're going to say the timeline here first, and then go on to the connections. So let's start with the films, where we got The Prestige, which takes place in 1890. I mean, cool. Dunkirk, which is 1940, I would say. It takes place over a couple of years, but I just put 1940 because that was the main part of Dunkirk. Oppenheimer, which is 1942 to 1959. That was like the main parts. It took place at different times as well, but, you know, the main parts, really. Following 1998, Memento, 2000, Insomnia is 2002. I'd like to point out those three I did not see. One of them is a short film. Batman Begins 2007, The Dark Knight 2008, Inception 2010, The Dark Knight Rises in 2012, Tenet in 2020, and Interstellar in 2067. So, why did I want to do this? Well, I got some episodes to fill that I don't have movies that I can review, and I just feel like I recently watched, well, when I say recently, I'm filming this in early June. I recently, like, mid-May, watched Inception with somebody, and I started thinking, are these universes all connected somewhat? And then I started reading online about it a little bit, and now I'm kind of convinced that they are somewhat connected. So let's get them out of the way. Connections. The Batman ones are easy. Let's just be real. The world is grounded for Batman. You know, everything's grounded in reality. They all link together easy. I mean, they're the same characters right there. Memento and Batman here. This one I read online. Thomas Lannon is a doctor in both Memento and Batman, so Memento's right away in there in my book. Tenet and Interstellar are kind of linked together as well, because Earth is damaged beyond repair in both of them in some way. Tenet, they explain that, if I remember correctly, it's like global warming is going to destroy the Earth. And then Interstellar, I like to think, is the aftermath of that happening. Like, they succeeded but didn't succeed, if you know what I mean. So I felt that would be kind of a cool idea to think that those two are linked. And then let's just say they're linked to Batman right away. Inception isn't too far of a stretch that, you know, if Tenet and Interstellar shit can happen, Inception's right there too. So those go together. Memento and the following, Insomnia and following just makes sense in my mind to be linked with Memento to an extent. I don't know why, just they do. Then we get Dunkirk and Oppenheimer, which are both based on real events that we would assume are taking place still in the Batman universe. So, you know, they link together. Really, The Prestige is the only one, and that one you can just kind of say, yeah, it does. It's so far ahead of everything that it takes place. Because they were just two random guys, to my understanding, that were magicians. You know, magic may be real. Who knows? Obviously, this is just a stretch. You know, you can say what you want. Obviously, the Batman movies for sure are linked together. That's a no-brainer. But I like to think they're all one universe somehow. I mean, I gave some of the connections. They're not great for every one of them, but my brain thinks differently. I mean, I'm still one of the guys who thinks Star Wars, the MCU, and Indiana Jones are all the same universe. Should have made a video on that maybe instead, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's give the synopsis. Star Wars takes place in a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Marvel Cinematic Universe is present day. And they are both taking place, you know, at different times. So it would kind of explain why they're superhumans, because they're Force-sensitive users in my mind. That's how I see it personally. They're superhumans because of the Force, in a way. I know it's a dumb one, but it's my dumb headcanon. And then you're thinking, how does Indiana Jones fit in all this? Well, when Han Solo was in Carbonite, he dreamt up Indiana Jones. That's what he was doing. I mean, is Indiana Jones realistic in the MCU? No. Is he realistic in Star Wars? No. But if it was a dream, it makes sense. We've all had those weird dreams. We're in places that doesn't exist and that never existed in our universe, but we're there. So, you know, I think it'd be kind of a cool idea. Now, where does Indiana Jones and the Great Circle take place? I have no idea. I'll have to figure that out eventually. So, what do you think about the Nolanverse? What do you think about the MCU and Star Wars and Indiana Jones all being the same universe? Once again, I know I'm nuts. Just tell me in the comments below that I'm nuts. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and have a powerful night.